Hey, this is David Beckham, BreezeFlippers. I'm back in my shipping room, gonna ship stuff out. This is Sunday, and it's been a busy weekend. We had a lot of stuff going on. Busy day yesterday, had a great day sourcing and garage selling. I'll have to put some video up about that later this week. Very interesting finds, nothing like off the chart, but just good stuff that's like bread and butter stuff that we're gonna be able to sell. Also went to my first card show that I ever went and actually bought cards. So I bought a bunch of really cool Marvel cards yesterday, and ended up picking up some really incredible Lady Death cards that are chromium see-through, beautiful cards. So lots of fun. It's a full set, so I'm probably not going to sell them individually, but I'm going to look at them for a while and then I'll probably sell them at some point. But it was just fun, had a great time. Didn't spend a ton of money learning about cards, but it's a lot of fun. So we've had some great sales this weekend, and I'm very happy with how we're doing in February. I can't complain. Looking at last week, we had 2 Dibdit sales. They went great. Got everything shipped out. That was a job. So I'll just let you know that the first couple times you do something like that, it's a lot of work. But I want to go through the sales, and we're going to talk a little bit about time management and some of the frustrations as a part-time seller. So let's get into it. Like I said, we had a pretty good weekend of sales. I'm not going to complain. There's 8 sales going out so far tonight. It is a holiday tomorrow, so just in case you forget, on Monday there's no postal shipping or anything, so I think UPS might be running, but most stuff we send is USPS anyway. So you get an extra day to ship stuff. I'm still going to ship everything because I got a busy day tomorrow, and had a busy weekend all weekend long. We're doing another Dibdit sale tomorrow night. We're going to try to sell off the rest of our media. So we have some really cool DVDs, some VHS still left, and a lot of really good CDs. And I say really good, I mean classic oldies and just good stuff that is from my personal collection back in the 80s, 90s, and probably a little bit of early 2000s. So, but some good stuff. So anyway, that's going to be going on tomorrow night. And you know, you got to get stuff done around the house too. So we'll talk a little bit more about that, because that's always a challenge when you're a part-time seller, just keeping things in check and trying to keep everything done, including family life, including work, and work is important because they do pay me, so we got to do that. But let's talk about what sold real quick. I think this is kind of fun. I'm gonna start from the bottom and work my way up. First of all, this thing right here, if you ever see it, it is a bolo. It's actually not Lego, okay? It is made by Mega Bloks, but this is the Call of Duty Mega Block Coastal Interceptor, and if you can find the full set of these, they're north of $100. I mean, this thing had been in my store a while. I picked it up at a garage sale. I think I picked this up in some part of an airplane that was a Lego, but it's not a Lego also, and I paid $5. I'm pretty sure I paid $5. I'm positive I paid $5 for everything. There was more stuff than just those in it. But I didn't know. I thought this was Lego originally, and I looked at it, I'm like, nope, not Lego. And I thought, oh, this can't be worth anything. Well, when I looked it up, it actually is a bolo. This thing is crazy. So even though this isn't complete, I think I had 20 people watching it at any one time. I started out high, and I've worked my way down. I finally took an offer of $21.59. I had this thing listed as high as $50, but you know, being that it's not complete, it's not going to sell. But if you can find a complete one, Mega Bloks, pick it up. Don't let it run. And if you find one that's a partial complete, I would honestly get it too, because eventually it will sell. So that's going out for $21.59, and I'm getting $6.99 shipping on that, I believe. So next thing is going out, another set of games. I'm happy to keep selling games, but at some point I might be running a Dibdit sale on games, just to kind of move some of them that are kind of slow movers. Some of these that are still good, a lot of the PS4, PS3 games, PS2 games, they sell really well. And some Xbox 360 games and Xbox Ones, but not as many lately, but this is good. So this is Call of Duty and I believe Onrush. And I sold these for $16, and they'll go out for $5.99 shipping. So not a bad sale, not gonna complain. This is one I kind of wish I'd have never bought. But I think I picked these up at an estate sale. Now these are, you can't see them, I don't know if you can. They're Weebles, and they're Weebles that wobble because they don't fall down. But you might recognize some of the characters. This is from SpongeBob, and I think I've got some of the characters in here That should be Patrick. Yeah, Patrick, see? And then Mrs. The teacher, I can't remember her name. There's a bunch of them, but SpongeBob's not in here. So anyway, these things were for sale forever. They were sitting in my shop, I mean, for the longest time. And I think I paid too much for them, to be honest with you. I'm sure I paid somewhere near $5 for them because I thought they were nostalgic and they would sell. They never did. So I finally took an offer, $9.59. It'll get $5.99 shipping, but I'm just happy that they're sold because originally I was going to pull them out of the store and do something different because honestly, I was kind of tired of seeing them there. So, but happy they sold. All right, so the next one that sold are some Disney Store Winnie the Pooh 1999 Christmas sweater 2 plush, okay? So these are new with tags. This came from the Disney Store back when my wife used to manage the Disney Store here in Pensacola. And she used to get a lot of Disney stuff. We had a ton. So for the longest time, I said we lived in the Magic Kingdom. I mean, we had Disney everywhere. It was Disney this, Disney that. She worked at Victoria's Secret too for a while, but that really never became Victoria's Secret here. So just saying, it happens. Anyway, but we did have a lot of Disney stuff. And this one actually is pretty cool. It's just basically Pooh in a Santa sweater, but I ended up getting $13 for these, and I think we got $5.99 shipping, so they're cute, and somebody's gonna go and join them. They've just been sitting in storage forever and ever, so it was time to go. Next, we also sold another plush. Not a real expensive plush, but another plush. Anyway, this little guy is called Beanie Boo, I believe. I think he's called Beanie Boo. Yeah, it's Hocus Pocus Beanie Boo. Beanie Baby Belly's Halloween Orange Mummy. So anyway, he's cute, got big ol' eyes, you see. Anyway, very cute little beanie bear. And we got $9.59 for him, and he'll get $5.99 shipping. He's gonna be going out too. Let's see, we sold another game, a game cartridge. The game cartridges, I test all my game cartridges. I make sure they work, I clean them up, I mark them, I make sure that if they don't, if somebody sends one back, that I'm getting the right one back. I always put a security mark on them. But yeah, this one's Mrs. Pac-Man, and it sell for a ton of money, but this is, kind of what I expect. $11.39, $5.99 shipping, but that's gonna be going out as well. So happy that got out. And so there's another one, guys. This is a trade paperback comic book. So this is apparently one to watch out for. So I was at a thrift store. Sorry, the glare on it. I was at a thrift store here in town, and somebody had basically taken all of their comics and dropped them off. And the comics weren't any good. There were a few that were decent, but nothing that I would pay for what the thrift store was thinking they had found a gold mine. So this one they had marked up. I will be honest with you. I ended up getting it for $21.95 because I had a coupon. But I looked it up and I was shocked. This thing's selling for anywhere between $80 and $100. It's hard to find. I guess it's rare. So this is the JLA versus the Avengers from Kurt Busiek and George Perez. So it's a Marvel DC kind of battle, right? World's greatest superheroes versus the Earth's mightiest heroes. And it's in really, really good shape. Really good shape. So I had a few offers, kind of things went back and forth on that. I ended up taking it a sale at $80.74 for this. So my $21 investment, I'm not complaining. That's pretty decent. And it'll get $6.99 shipping because it is a little bit heavy. But and that didn't sit in my store long either, guys. That was like, boom, in and out. I mean, I think 2 weeks or less. So, and I had a lot of offers on it. I had a few lowball offers too. They're always going to try, right? I've been getting those all day today. It's just wasting time. But matter of fact, I declined one earlier. I had something that had $29 on it, and he sent me an offer for $10, and I just declined it and said, I don't think we're ever going to meet at a price that's reasonable. I mean, it was already marked down 15%, and he was wanting to send me $10 for it. But there's like 10 or 15 watchers on it. It's gonna sell. So, and it will sell for full price, which is what kills me. So, but this week's been good for comics. So not only that, I had the $400 sale earlier this week, but I also sold this comic, which kind of hard to sell this one. This one's kind of one of my favorite. This one's actually been on the wall for a while. I think that happens is every time I put one on the wall, it sells. But this one is Rogue. This is number 3. This is a Terry Austin signed comic. and it's got this silver foil. So a few of them are out there. A lot of them have the color, but not all of them have the silver foil. So this one was pretty cool. It's a 9.8, and you know, pretty nice looking comic, actually, real nice looking. So, and it's got Terry's signature right here. So sold that for $93.66, which is right up and right where fair market value is on this one. And we ended up getting $12.99 shipping. So very happy. Perfect actually to sell these things, and you know, it tickles me when I do sell them because it makes it a good week. I mean, the $400 sale earlier this week and this one gave us a pretty good week. The weekend sales, we had $337, you know, counting this and everything. That's been a pretty good weekend. And then overall, if we look at where we're at for the week, we're at $927 for our total sales for this week. And if you count the little bit over $400 we made on DibDit, that's one of the best reselling weeks we've had. But it's a lot of work, guys. It's a lot of time. And that's the one thing I will say as part of my what I wanted to talk about a little bit today is time management. It's difficult. If you're wanting to start a business, you're wanting to get into eBay, or you're wanting to resell, or just do anything, whether it's on eBay, Mercari, DibDit, Poshmark, wherever, if you're also working a full-time job, you've got to really balance everything. And it's a tough job. That's probably the hardest part about the whole reselling gig. My job can be very demanding. Some days it is, you know, nonstop, 8 hours straight through, sitting at my desk, barely getting away, you know, to get something to eat or go to the bathroom. It's just been that crazy on some days. And some days it's just absolute dead. There's nothing going on. Those days are great because I take a little bit of time to study because I have some more certifications I have to take soon. But you know, for Salesforce, but you know, but I also, you know, have time to do other stuff if I need to. If I need to write something up or throw up a few listings or take a break and do some listings, I do a lot of that as well. So it's balancing your time and finding that time. But I think what's important is you always got to make time. You got to make time for family. You got to make time for family things. You got to make some time for fun. You can't work nonstop. And this weekend, I kind of felt like I was doing that. Although I will say the card show wasn't work. It was fun. I really enjoyed that. But the rest of the time, you know, I can't sit down and watch a TV show. I wanted to sit down and watch Venom: The Last Dance last night, which I did. But the whole time I was also listing and working on listings. So that's just the way it goes, all right? I mean, you take the time that you have. But I am that kind of I guess that's part of who I am, is that I have a hard time sitting still. If I'm not doing something, I feel like I'm just kind of wasting time. So I'm always doing something and finding stuff to do. But this week's going to be busy. I got a pretty busy week going. We got a DibDit auction tomorrow night, like I said. It's at 7 p.m. Central Time. So if you get a chance, go to dibdit.com, dibdit.com. You can use BreezeFlips to get $5 off your first $10 purchase. Doesn't have to be with me, it could be with anybody, but use BreezeFlips and you can get that discount. A lot of good shows going on if you're interested in cards, comics, collectibles, clothing. You can go to DibDit Clothes, you can go to DibDit Cards, you can go, there's all kinds of different things you can go to. But it is a lot of fun. Actually, we enjoyed it. Sherry and I both did the auction. She was my behind the scenes super helper. She kept it all organized, made it so organized that I had no problem shipping everything. It was a big job though. It took me 3 hours. Had one person that purchased $300 worth of stuff, and she had 55 pounds worth of media that had to be sent out. So not as expensive as you think it would be to ship, but a lot of work to put it together and to make sure it gets there. So, but you know, again, it's not always going to be media. I've got some plans for comics, and we're going to do a comic sale pretty soon. I'm also going to be doing some card sales. Probably do some toy sales too, because we just kind of want to move some inventory. The goal is to get our inventory down to around 800 items, which would fit perfectly in the garage as far as the bins go. And it would keep everything out there, or, you know, at least some of it in the house that's, you know, the perishable stuff that we don't want out there. But I think if we can do that and then keep, you know, replenishing the stuff that we're selling on DibDit, try to do 1 or 2 of those auctions a week, I really do think this system might work. So we're going to give that a try, see what we can do with it and make it work. So, but yeah, I mean, overall though, good week. I'm really happy. If we start to look at our numbers, and again, I'm just trying to let you know that, hey, if you have a goal, set your goal, work your goal. This is what's important. And we've been working this goal. Our goal is to do between 30, we really want to do 50% better than we did last year. And right now in February, if I look at February from this year compared to last year, we are at 158%. Sorry, can't see, 156% over what we did last year. And our average sale price is $55.32, which is 140.5% better. Now, again, we have made some big sales, right? So big comic sales, that really pushes it up. When you start selling books like this, you know, that really pushes it up. We'd like to keep that ASP above, really just above $15 to $20. That's our goal. So we're off to a good start. I think, you know, we know there's summer months are coming. Those are lull months. We'll have to do some extra stuff during those months to try to make things really pop. But that's not unusual, and it's just something we're accustomed to doing. But right now, very happy with that. If we look at our quarter year over year, let's see where we're at. This quarter compared to the same quarter last year, at a quarter, we are 105%. So we're actually doing pretty well. So I think if we can finish out February with the bang, I think we're doing really good. Again, that's $35.88 average sale price, which is 67% higher than last year. So we're doing something right. Part of that is consistency. We do try to list between 5 and 10 items every day, which tonight, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm just gonna go sit in the living room, relax, and I'm going to just list. I've already done drafts. I've got 115 drafts just sitting there right now, so I can just go through and list. And we try to list, like I said, I'm not trying to do 10, 15 things a day. I try to do maybe 5 to 10. But as long as you're putting up something and consistently, and honestly, if you're a new eBay seller and you think, oh my God, there's no way I can do that, you don't have to do that. I don't think the algorithm punishes you for listing every other day or every third day. As long as you're doing something consistently, I think the algorithm will benefit you or will help you. The algorithm's not only looking for what you're doing listing, it's looking to see if you're in your store, changing listings, doing anything. It's looking to see what you're doing to help grow your business. So it is, you know, a little smarter than we think it is. And if you can keep, you know, the algorithm happy, you'll keep getting sales. So we've been happy with how it's working for us. Our system works because it's just the way it does. I mean, I list, I draft, I do as many things as I can. I take down anywhere between 8 to 20 listings a day that are stale, and then I revamp those and redo those. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I promise you I've got a video coming up I've been working on to show you how I use AI in my business. It does help us, and it helps me because there's a lot of things I just don't have time to do. I don't have time to think of a newsletter. I can do them, but I just don't like to. And if you got AI to help you do it, why not? You know, it's a tool, right? It's not going to rule the world. You can rule AI, I think, but you can use it to really help you. So there's a lot of things that we can do that would definitely free you up with some time. Other things that, of course, I keep looking for time management. I keep thinking, I almost think it'd be nice to have somebody to help me ship or do some of that stuff, but we're not to that point yet. But I think at some point it might be interesting to look at a VA to do some maybe listing stuff so I can have time to do other stuff, and then I would have time to ship. Or, you know, I could do more marketing things or try to get, you know, more things that will work for our business to help it grow. But the day-to-day things, sometimes that's the hardest part. Those are the toughest things to kind of keep going. The stuff you have to do, shipping stuff is tough. You know, you got to get it done. Doing listings, that is time consuming, but it's not hard. It's just time consuming. It takes time to get it done. So, but if you do it and you do it right, you can do it. It's not that hard. So, but yeah, that's what's going on, guys. That's what's been happening. And it's, like I said, I think this week I'm looking forward to another good week. We'll see how things go with the sale. Our booth has been doing okay. It's coming up to the end of the month, so we'll have to go, and I got to do a little sprucing up at the booth tomorrow to see how that's going. We'll try another sale at Dibbed It. We're going to let you know how that goes this week. So we'll pop something out later this week and kind of talk about that. And then I'm working on that other thing about the tools, so we'll start working on that as well. So anyway, I hope your week is going great. I hope you're on track. I hope that you can manage your time so that you have time to be a normal person and take care of yourself while you're doing it. So, but stay safe and keep doing it and keep plugging away. I'm David Beckham, BreezeFlippers. We'll see ya.